I think this may be the worst miniature for Fallout Wasteland Warfare, but it's not because it's poorly designed. The real reason is a little more peculiar. If you don't know what this is a super mutant behemoth from a tabletop miniatures game set in the world of Fallout. Fallout as a franchise has gone through quite an artistic shift since the series began, and now 10 games in, if you count the spin-off and slightly more random games like Fallout Pinball, the shifts and changes are starting to show cracks, and one of the biggest cracks comes in the green and yellow shades of the super mutants. See, in Fallout lore, the super mutants were created by the FEV, or the Forced Evolutionary Virus, and as you play through the games in the series, you'll notice that there is little commonality between the appearance of the mutants. The mutants in Fallout 1 and 2, they have incredibly strong jawlines. In 3 in New Vegas, they're so proud of the dental work they've had done, they can't stop showing it off. At least, I think that's why they're smiling. Then in Fallout 4 and 76, we have the vision of the super mutants that new fans of the franchise will recognise with the green and subtle pink-purple hued skin. The variety has been explained away in-game by mutants being exposed to the FEV at different locations and by different people, and while it opens the doors in the miniature world for more choice and expression when it comes to paint schemes, the lack of consistency across the franchise hurts the design of these miniatures in my opinion. Which brings us back to the behemoth. The first time I ever saw a super mutant behemoth, I was on my way to secure Galaxy News Radio with Sentinel Lions. An explosion goes off and this towering foe emerges, bludgeoning all who stand in its path. The behemoth looked massive, with human characters barely coming up to its crotch height, and the wiki states that in Fallout 3, the behemoth stands at roughly 20 feet, growing to almost 30 feet in some cases. Then we look at this miniature, and the big element that causes you to go, that doesn't seem to scale, is this shopping trolley on its back. If the behemoth is truly as big as we think it is, surely a shopping cart wouldn't be this big. And you're right, it wouldn't. In fact, it isn't, because we can clearly see 2 shopping carts strapped to the back of the Galaxy News Radio behemoth. But then that's if we were using the design of Fallout 3. This behemoth follows the Fallout 4 design, where the behemoths are a lowly 13 feet in height, a whole 7 feet smaller, while the regular super mutants more or less stay the same size. This miniature is not the worst because the design team at Modiphius designed it poorly, not at all. Perfectly captures the look of the behemoth in Fallout 4. This miniature is the worst because of the lack of consistency in the source material that it's based on. I would love to see a redesign of this miniature where it is at least 1.5 times this size, so that when this miniature comes onto the table you feel like trouble has arrived. But at the end of the day, that kind of change would have to be approved by Bethesda. And as long as they say that this is the size a behemoth should be, that's the size it will be. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments whether you agree with me or whether you think that this model is actually just perfect the way it is. And in the meantime, if you want to know more about the game that this model actually came from, you can find out all about it in this video right here.